Now, speaking of an update, the trial of Nicki Minaj's brother Jelani Murray has been going on for about 3 years now, since 2017. And today, Judge Robert McDonald finally came down with the verdict. We know that he was found guilty, but today the judge gave him 25 years to life in prison. SamAnt, for we know what he did. You know what I mean?
We do.
His little 11-year-old daughter. There was a lot of evidence found. A lot of people don't talk about this. A lot of DNA evidence that was found. The brother's sick. Now, before I get your opinion on what you think about this 25 years to life sentence, because everybody's going to talk about Nicki Minaj and her support. Back in 2017, Nicki Minaj did visit the prison, but she says, I'm going to put this out there before we start going on Nicki. She was only there to support her mother when she went, you know what I mean, to go visit while he was locked up, I guess, with her mother. But what do you think about this, man? 25 years to life. What does this say to you?
Well deserved. You mess with children, you get what you deserve.
Definitely.
I don't condone any man or any woman going to jail unless you take a life or you harm a child. This falls under one of those two. Therefore, you get what you deserve. I got children. I have an 11-year-old. And if anybody ever thought about doing anything like that to my child, jail would be the safest place for him.
Right.
So for you to violate the way you violated in a home where you as a man is supposed to be the protector, whether that child is yours or not, you violated, bro, and you deserve to sit there. Now, in regards to Nicki, I don't think that it shouldn't hold any black eye against Nicki, even though you could look at some things and you guys read that how you want and maybe go, okay, maybe this is something that she may condone. Maybe this is something that she doesn't. I tend to believe the fact that Nicki was sitting there in support of her mother, because her mother came out and just protested her son's innocence and was just out there for her son as a mother would, I'm assuming, even though she may have known he was wrong too, with all the substantial DNA evidence and everything that pointed to the vile things that he was being accused of. But all in all, that man sits behind bars 25 to life. Well deserved.
You know how this goes down. We sat in that federal trial, and you know, once they lay out that evidence out there, they get real detailed. They show pictures. They say, oh, so-and-so was found. When you look at the discovery in this particular case, man, this dude is sick. One sick, disgusting puppy to be violating an 11-year-old like he did. And I'm not even going to tie Nicki Minaj into this at all. I'm going to, be fair with this situation. It is her brother, and she really didn't, in my opinion, show too much support. She went there, I guess, a few times or one time and whatnot. Okay, we'll take that excuse. You know what I mean? We're not going to ask how he got his lawyers and not like that. That's none of our business. You know what I mean? I don't, maybe she didn't put her money up. Maybe he had his own money, but he definitely deserved what he got in this situation. And I'm not even going to get into Nicki's husband and his past. I'm not I ain't going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we kind of seen this coming. But when you look at this though, and anybody now who could try to say, oh, he was set up and this, that, nah. He got 25 to life for a reason, because he was guilty of it. He lucky he ain't somewhere else right now, like you alluded to, but he will have to deal with this, and face this. And condolences, to the victim here, because this is a young woman, now probably who's growing up to be a young woman, I should say, who's going to have to deal with these scars, this trauma for the rest of her life, because some sick, disgusting puppy wanted to violate her in a way that she should never be violated. So I'm glad that the justice system up there in New York, finally worked in the right way and put this scumbag in jail for life, man.
It's things that I can't explain, things I never understand in this world. Things like this monster did, this disgusting human being did to this child is one of them. And then obviously this tragedy that we dealt with Kobe is another. Real quick, oh God, I know we're probably wrapping up soon. About to head over to the new studio, SMS Studios, man. Very proud to have that. Allen Iverson, one of our favorite players as well, grew up with Kobe. Think they was both in the draft for 96. Allen Iverson going to the 76ers. Kobe Bryant going to the Charlotte Hornets and getting traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Allen Iverson had something to say, as well as a lot of other basketball players, but he said something that I want to speak on real quick and then get your thoughts. He said, words can't express how I'm feeling today. The only two words that ring in my head are devastated and heartbroken. I cannot seem to shake this feeling no matter what I've tried to do since hearing this yesterday. People will always remember how we competed against each other in the league, but it goes so much deeper than that for me. The story of us being drafted in arguably the deepest class of its kind ever in the history of the NBA can be debated for many years to come. However, his generosity and respect for the game is something that I witnessed firsthand every time we stepped on a dance floor to compete. It's one memory of him that I cannot stop thinking about. It was our rookie season and my first trip to LA for a game against the Lakers. He came to my hotel. He picked me up. He took me out to a restaurant. When we returned, before he left, he asked me, "What are you doing tonight?" My reply was, "I'm going to the club. What are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going to the gym." This is who he always was, a true student of the game of basketball and also the game of life. He prepared relentlessly. There is something we can all learn from the Mamba mentality and from the way my brother lived his life. He will always have my respect as a competitor, a friend, and as a brother. My thoughts and prayers to his wife, Vanessa, their children and families of all the victims for yesterday's tragedy. As a father, I can't wrap my head around how they must feel. We're not okay, but we will find the strength to pull through this because that's what Kobe will want us to do.
Powerful.
What you think, man?
Man, that's powerful. Everybody, you know, who knew Kobe or knew of Kobe and listened to him when he would talk, man, it just flowed, you know, so naturally. The way he taught the game, and the thing I can remember that he said that I was like, yeah, that is shit. That's where it's at. Where he said, and I probably said this a few times on here, but he would be at the practicing. I obviously talk about practice, but he would be practicing basketball, and he said a guy would come to the gym and whatnot, and you know, the guy was already there for an hour. You know what I mean? Or Kobe was already there for an hour when the guy would come in, and then, you know, the guy would leave and Kobe would still be there. And he would just keep practicing all day. So he said the guy asked him, like, why are you here so early? Why are you practicing so much? He said, I get up, I start at 6 o'clock. I take a break. You know what I mean? I eat. 9 o'clock, I come back. I take a break, I eat. I come back at, 2 o'clock. I take a break. I eat, whatever. I rest. I come back, at night again. He's like, I got 4 practices in when you just got 1 in a day. And then Kobe said it, I'm probably mixing it up a little bit, but that was like, the gist of the story. And he said, I'm getting more reps than everybody else. So naturally, his philosophy was the harder you work, the more you'll be better, because that person's only taking 50 jumpers a day. You're taking 5,000 jumpers a day. You know what I mean? And I think that stood out, with me. And I think that he took it. We talked about him and Michael Jordan. He almost kind of took Jordan's thing and almost took it to the next level. You know what I mean? The way he moved, 5 NBA championships, 7 times in the finals, man. It's just like you said. I think you put it the best when you said that Nipsey, you kind of understood how, his spirit kind of spread when he died. And you could kind of see it with Kobe, because now you get to peer into his life even more and say, okay, this is what this man was about. Oh, this is what he meant by this. So even though it's a tragic thing, it could also be turned into a beautiful thing. As crazy as that may sound for some.
Millions of people can respect the outcome of his hard work, can respect the body of work that he put in. Very few can appreciate the work that had to go behind the scenes. Yes, and that's what hurts, because I know that you could feel all the frustration, all the pain, all the times that he missed, all the times that he was sore, all the times he was dealing with bullshit at home, all the times this, all the times that, all the times this, all the times he was being asked for money here. And when he got into his house and it was just him against him, he had to get all this shit together and get balanced to do this over and over and over and give the consistency with all the things going on to be great. That ain't easy. That ain't in everybody's DNA. And for somebody like that to pass away, we're going to hopefully his energy spreads into some of these young people and sets a great example so that they understand work ethic. I put on my son all the time, work ethic. Even though my son is just like me, I was lazy as hell, just like him. Same thing in school, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's like, now that I'm an adult and I see what it takes to really accomplish things and do what you want to do and achieve your dreams, I'm feeding that and I'm injecting him early. Get up, make this, do this. It's still in that mentality. And hopefully Kobe's legacy can do that to some people that don't have the fortunate opportunity to have fathers like us.
Do you think that now Lakers now, will have a chip on their shoulders and now win the NBA Finals this year?
Yep.
Yeah, They better.
Bron, yeah.
They better. Now you got to step it up to a whole nother level.
Yeah. And I'm not going to put pressure on them yet. I'm not going to get mad at them if they lose.
The Clippers, though, they there.
And Kawhi Leonard had a very deep relationship with Kobe too. Paul George had a close relationship with Kobe. The whole world had a close relationship, but LeBron,